Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
And he's assisted by Colin McRory.
That's good. Hey, it's good, trust me.
In right field, number 2, Jackson Lee. Center field, number 9, Ty Robertson. Left field, number 23, Eli Hancock. First base, number 17, Bo Rock. Second base, number 35, Drew Capabianco. Shortstop, number 34, Matthew Martinelli. Third base, number 16, Will Verdon. Catcher, number 14, Gray Bain. Pitcher, number 26, Coleman Haltom. And DH, number 29, Jackson Settlemyers. Please rise for the national anthem.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Samstown Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to Game 1 here between ICC and Coahoma. That is the second pitch of the inning, and it goes for ball 2. It was a 3 o'clock First American National Bank opening pitch here from ICC and Coahoma, and 3-0 now is the count here as it's Coleman Holtman on the hill here for the Indians. And that pitch in there for a strike. He's being greeted by Cade Gadman, the shortstop. It'll be Caden Wilson and Logan Mazai. I said to everybody how to pronounce it. Now I can't even say. Mulheisen. Yes, thank you. And so now the count goes 3-2. This one hit deep, but right to center fielder for out number 1. Remind everybody, we will go over the lineups here in the exchange of the innings, as we're still working on getting our lineups for Coahoma completed here. This will be Wilson, the left fielder, coming to the plate, and takes that pitch for a ball. Haltman on the heel, and this one jammed off of him, and the first baseman will have it, and it's dropped by the pitcher. And so that'll be an E1 on the play. Had him by plenty of on the throw that time, Brad, but just couldn't hang on to it, maybe trying to find the bag before catching the ball that time, and a break there for the Tigers.
Yeah, kind of jammed him up on the pitch there, and it was just kind of hit off the hands, and Rock moved over to try to catch it and was just unable to reach out and catch it, so Capobianco fielded it, but the flip over to Haltman, you just couldn't handle it, as that's strike 1 now to Logan Mulheisen. Ooh, I did that, didn't I?
You did it. That a boy. Like I said, I was helping everybody pronounce it, and I forgot how to do it. So 0-1 is the pitch. That one just a bit too high and inside. 1-1 now is the count here to the first baseman. So 1 out. There is a runner on first here. Top of the first, ICC and Coahoma here for 2, as this one is lifted. It's going to be shallow. Center fielder can't get to it, and that'll drop for a base hit.
Yeah, good job of hitting right there by Mulheisen. He just kind of lifted it out there, and Robertson was playing just deep enough there versus the number 3 hitter in their lineup that he was not able to get to it. So good piece of hitting right there, and that brings up the cleanup hitter there in Peaks.
This will be Christo Peaks, the catcher, coming to the plate. So after an error and a single, he's going to take a chop at that one. 0-1 is the count. It's going to be interesting, Brad. We can talk about this a little bit. Clouds in the sky today, rain moving into the air as we progress throughout the day. So white baseball can easily get lost in those type of clouds that we've got this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, with wind blowing and all that, as that pitch is high and tight right there, and that's ball 1 right there. Any day like this where you get the wind moving like it is, and then, of course, like you said, the clouds in the sky, and just kind of an overcast day, it does make for a challenging day.
So 1-1 is the count. There's going to be a dribbler. Third baseman's going to find it, step on the bag, get 1. Can they get 2? Yes, they will. That is a Little Caesars double play to get out of the inning. 5 unassisted over to 3 to get the Indians out of the inning and kind of erase that error and the single they gave up there in the top half of the first. Let's keep it here and take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. We've already introduced you to the first few of the Tigers of Coahoma, who comes in with a 3-19 record, 0-6 inside conference play. It was Gadman at shortstop, Wilson left field, Mulheisen, the first baseman, Peaks, the catcher. And then the 5 through 9 will look like this. Jack Cartwright in right field. Aaron Holloway will be the DH. Garrett Smith will be the second baseman. Jake Smith will be the third baseman, and Anthony Newsom will be in center field. That is your lineup there for Coahoma. They'll be starting on the hill, Aiden Singley. He'll be getting the start at pitcher. For ICC, well, the first 6 you can probably guess. As it's going to be Drew Capobianco leading us off, playing second base. Matthew Martin-Knowledge at shortstop. Will Verdong is your third baseman. Gray Bain is your catcher. Jackson Lee, the right fielder. You've got first baseman Bo Rock. The DH is going to be Jackson Settlemeyer batting in the 7th spot. Eli Hancock will be batting 8th, playing in left field. And Ty Robertson in center field. He'll be batting 9th. And Haltman is your pitcher for ICC. And we already introduced you there in the first part of the visiting half of the first inning. And Brad, I know you got some stats there in front of you. Let's take a look at some day's stats.
Yeah, on Singley, who is again on the mound for Coahoma. I've got him as a freshman out of Columbia, Mississippi, Columbia High School. Had 5 appearances on the year. He's got 1 win, 3 losses. Pitched 18 innings. Got given up 38 hits to 31 runs and 8 base on balls, 6 Ks on the year.
If there's a weakness on this team for Coahoma this year, it will be that they tend to give up runs. And so the Indians hope to be able to take advantage of that this afternoon, and it's going to be Drew Capobianco, the second baseman, to start things off here for the Indians. Swings in the first pitch he sees. That's going to get through for a base hit.
Yeah, hit that one solid on the nose, just jumping up there and swinging at the first pitch he sees, which it was right on target right there and just a little bit to the right of the pitcher there in Singley. He couldn't get to it. Shortstop couldn't get to it, so good clean single right there to lead off the inning and get your leadoff batter on and bring up Martin-Knowledge.
Well, Drew didn't quite have the series he wanted against Gulf Coast, so you know he wants to come out this game and have a big day here to get back on track to where he was before last week, as time is taken here. As apparently a practice ball was left out there in the outfield. They're going to relay it back in. So with no outs and a runner at first base, this is Matthew Martin-Knowledge. So that pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count. And a breaking pitch, and it's in there for a strike.
Yeah, good breaking pitch right there, Ian. And, of course, wasn't Martin-Knowledge's pitch, but brings the count to 1-1. So good job there. He's going to wait on his pitch and see if find one he can drive.
That pitch clips the inside part of the plate. 1-2 now is the count here on Matthew Martin-Knowledge.
Yeah, catcher set up outside a little bit. Of course, he Singley didn't quite hit his spots, but which was fine because it worked. It froze Martin-Knowledge, and now he's got 2.
And that one's going to get away, and the runner will advance on the ball. How they got away there. I don't know if you call that a wild pitch or a pass ball.
I'm going to go with that, a pass ball myself.
Because the catcher really didn't make an effort to catch the ball, but it bounced off his helmet.
I don't know if their signs were crossed out there and the catcher was expecting this and Singley threw this, a different pitch. I don't know, but sometimes that happens when you see something like that happen.
There's a breaking pitch and a nice job by Martin-Knowledge to go down and find a piece of that one to keep that bat alive here. A 2-2 count. Runner at second. We're in the bottom of the first inning. No score here between ICC and Coahoma. We'll give you some Renaissance Bank scoreboard updates here in a moment. Softball on the road at Coahoma. 2-2 pitch coming, and that one's going to miss low. Nice job blocking that one up that time. 3-2 now is the count here to Martin-Knowledge.
Yeah, it's a good pitch right there. Like I said, just low. Couldn't get Martin-Knowledge to chase it. Good eye on his end. So brings the count to full now.
So got to be careful here if you're Coahoma. Somebody like Marty at the pay can make you pay here with a pitch that might be a little up in the zone. And, breaking pitch there, and he's going to be fouled off. And thought I might have called one there for a second, Brad.
Yeah, that one was up, and it was a breaking pitch. It was up, and Martin-Knowledge was just out a little ahead of that one, and so wasn't able to get his timing down on that. He was out on his front foot, so he gets that one back again. I guarantee you Martin-Knowledge will be ready for it and probably drive that thing somewhere.
3-2 stays the count here. Runner at second for the Indian. Bottom of the first, no score here between ICC and Coahoma. This is going to be a flare out to right field. The right fielder is going to camp underneath it. Will allow the runner to advance. The throw will be cut off, and Cap will head over to second.
Yeah, good sack fly right there that moves the runner up to third. So if anything right there, what you've done in Martin Olich's place is you have moved the runner up. You took the ball to right field and enabled him to tag up and Capobianco get to third. So good job there, and that brings up Verdung to try to get this runner in from third.
So Verdung, who is playing third base, that's pretty much where he's been all season. We'll dig in. Looks at that first pitch, high for a ball. Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. Emma Rose Thompson staying hot. She hits a home run to give ICC a 13-2 advantage in the fourth inning at Coahoma. So that pitch missing for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. Verdung looks at that one. It misses for a ball.
Yeah, Verdun coming in on the day hitting .390 is his average. He's got a slugging percentage of .675, on base percentage of .468 right now.
And Verdung's going to take a 4-pitch walk there and head down to first. And now this will bring Bain to the plate here, who's catching in game one for the Indians. So Bain, he was hot a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely tattooed a home run over the scoreboard, and Indians would like to for him to find that stroke again here.
Yeah, and speaking of that, he's second in the lead in home runs on the team with 4. Verdun leads the team with 5 home runs, and of course Bain's also second on the team in doubles this year with 6 on the year. He's tied with that with Matthew Martinowitz. Verdun leads with 7.
That pitch up high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here on Gray Bain. We mentioned Bain catching, batting in that 4 spot. 1 out, runners on the corners here for the Indians. And that pitch, call it a strike, or did he say it missed outside?
No, he called it a strike.
I thought it a strike.
I thought that's what he did.
That was an interesting strike call.
I could be wrong. He may have pointed outside, but I thought he rung him up, but I could be wrong.
We'll say it's 2-1. And apparently it was, because now it's 3-1. Well, it was just a different motion from what we normally see. Normally we see him just simply point to the side, but he went and threw both hands up. So now the count goes 3-1. Runner goes, pitches low, and nearly hits the pitcher. As that will be a walk issued on the play, so no stolen base.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good chance right there to take in that situation because, again, you walk him, then, it's fine. Even if the throw is good and on target, if you walk him, you walk him. Don't, then you're taking an opportunity to get runners at second and third with 1 out. Anyway, bases are loaded now with 1 out, and that brings up Lee.
Jackson Lee will look at a curveball in there for a strike. Another thing there, the throw down nearly hit the pitcher on the backside. If it does, it gets away and the run scores. Yeah. So a lot of different things that could have happened positively there for the Indians.
Yeah, that's first and third offense. That's kind of what you do is you're putting something in play as Lee swings through that breaking pitch. I don't think that's I was looking at the radar gun.
Clock's coming, the throwing back.
That was 109 miles per hour is what it said. So I was say we need to.
As Lee pops this one back and out of play.
But anyway, yeah, you're right. I mean, that's a good situation there. So bases loaded here. Now you 0-2 here with Lee, so you got to protect the plate.
So no balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Bases loaded here for the Indians. There's a hit. Second baseman's going to get 1. Can they turn 2? Yes, they do. So Coahoma returns serve with a double play of their own to end the inning. And the Indians leave bases loaded. We've played 1 here in Fulton. No score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Dark or empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. CagleEyeCenter.com.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy.
And all I ever asked of you was steaks!
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and steaks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake.
I smell bacon.
End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the second inning. No score there. Golden opportunity for the Indians as they had bases loaded, but a great job there turning two on that Little Caesars double play. Much like the Indians did to end the top half of the inning, so did the Tigers there in the bottom half of the inning. And Brother Chris is out talking to the home plate umpire.
Maybe talking about a Brother Chris burger right now. You know?
Do you want me to order you one and get you one up here during the between games? I'll gladly do that.
Only if you'll combine it with all those Little Caesars pizzas that you were supposed to.
Oh, man. I was hoping you forgot about those by now. But either way it goes now, it's going to be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up. Cartwright, Holloway, and Smith here for the Tigers in the top of the second. There's a breaking pitch that hangs in too much. 1-0 now is the count.
Yeah, Haltom's still on the hill. I didn't give any as that swung on, and that was a fastball that he smoked. It was up in the zone and hit it over Verdung's head on a line shot out to left field. He does hold the runner to one, though. Great job out there in left field by Hancock to cut that thing off. But that ball was smoked. Leadoff single right there now to bring up Holloway for Coahoma.
Holloway is the DH, batting in the sixth spot, as that was Cartwright with the second hit of the game here for the Tigers. Sun's starting to peek out a little bit here in Fulton. They show bunt, lays it down, it goes foul for strike one.
Yeah, not a bad idea right there by Coahoma. You want to produce some runners and potentially there and see if Etowama's going to make a defensive error. If not, you're going to try to move the runner up at first to second, to try to get the first runs on the board.
So 0-1 is the count. Pitch is up just a little bit too high from the umpire's liking. 1-1 now is the count.
Haltom is a sophomore out of Olive Branch, pitched at DeSoto Central High School. Has had 6 appearances on the year as he throws over to first. He does have 2 wins to his record at this point in time, 1 loss, 19 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 23 hits, 13 runs, 8 base on balls, 21 Ks for a 5.49 ERA as he tosses back over to first again.
Tag was close this time, but easily diving back in was Holloway and trying to see if maybe the batter will tip his card, see if he's going to try to bunt again, but does not. And this pitch missing high and outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs, runners at first. Breaking pitch that couldn't quite just pull the string on that one as it stays up. 3-1 now is the count here to Holloway.
Yeah, we're going to watch the umpire today. He's making some kind of motions there again. I thought he was fixing to ring him on that one, and he didn't. And that one must have been high as well, and so that's ball 4, so that'll put him on base, Holloway, and bring up Garrett Smith.
First walk of the day here for Haltman. As you mentioned, Garrett Smith coming to the plate now. Smith playing second base. Batting in that 7th spot. So a good opportunity here for Coahoma as runners on first and second with no outs. Smith coming to the plate. See if they can spark a rally here in the top of the second. Shows bunt. Pulls back and again, he looks like he's getting ready to call that a strike and just kind of stops. Is that a go for a ball?
Yeah, like what I said, he did it a minute ago, so we're going to watch him carefully. So it's not like he cranks and turns and then he stops and says, well, I'm going to, I know he's going to call that one. And, yes, he does throw 2 fingers up, like you say, or both hands out there, in other words, folks. So where normally one hand is where they go, he's throwing 2. So just kind of got to keep an eye on him. Got a 1-1 count.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Runners on first and second. Shows bunted in, does attempt at it. And the runner will head to third. And 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, runner takes third. Now that's going to produce a first and third situation for Coahoma, but you do have 2 strikes on Smith. So, of course, the Indians put a first and third defense on, and we'll see what Coahoma, if they dial anything up here with a 1-2 count on Smith.
1-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Garrett Smith. First of the game. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. Visit renaissancebank.com to find out why. And now this will be Jake Smith, the third baseman, coming to the plate here for Coahoma. So runners on the corners here for the Tigers. There is one out in the inning. This pitch popped up, should be deep enough to score the run. Left fielder will come home or catch it, will relay it in. It's going to be cut off, and they're going to go to second. No. And so it will be a sacrifice fly. And Coahoma leaves this one 1-0.
Yeah, I thought they had an opportunity right there, and I guess they did a great job. Garrett Smith did. No, excuse me, Aaron Holloway, I apologize, of tagging over there at first. But Verdun cut that off coming from left, which he should have, and I thought they were going to be able to get him out at second, but just a little too late.
That pitch finds the corner for a strike, as this is the number 9 batter, Anthony Newsom, at the plate. Newsom playing in center field here for the Tigers in game 1. Rips this one, and it's caught on the rope there by the second baseman for the out. But Coahoma does put a run on the board as they get a sacrifice fly from Jake Smith to score Jack Cartwright. It's 1-0. Coahoma will head to the bottom of the second, where to be Rock, Settlemyers, and Hancock due up for the Indians. Back with more right after this.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the second inning. Got to give a shout out here. Stone Collier watching the game today. Had a little surgery and probably feeling good right now. Hope Stone has a speedy recovery and get to see him back out here to the ball field soon. Well, right now it's 1-0 Coahoma as we head to the bottom of the second inning. And it's going to be Bo Rock to start us off here. Rock hammers this one right to the first baseman. He's going to easily grab that one and step on the bag for out number 1.
Yeah, Bo saw that first pitch and drove it there down the first base side, and good job down there by Mulheisen to snatch that up and make the just kind of take it unassisted over there and get the out there at first. So that does bring up Jackson Settlemyers, who is the DH today.
Settlemyers swings in the first pitch he sees, pulls it down the line, foul for strike 1. So 0-1 is the count here on Jackson Settlemyers, who is the DH. And this one hit hard, and it's going to drop, and this could go for extra bases. Settlemyers thinking 2, rounds first, and it's going to check up, though. And that ball just not rolling as far as it like it was going to. Didn't make it to the fence. So that'll be the second hit of the game for the Indians. And a one-out single. And now this will bring up Eli Hancock.
Yeah, a great job out there by Wilson and for Coahoma out there in left field. He cut it off kind of like Hancock did for us a while ago and was able to keep Settlemyers to a single right there. As that's kind of a haphazard swing right there, but it's booted by the third baseman. So that does get Hancock on base right there at first, and now you have first and second with Robertson up. I'm going to have to call that an E3.
E5.
E5, excuse me.
E5 on the play. This is one of those that just got in his glove and just couldn't quite complete the transition that time. And now up is Ty Robertson, the center fielder, batting in the 9 spot. Saw where he's recently committed to Blue Mountain. So he'll be continuing his career after his time here at ICC. He swings on this one, and it's going to get through. No, what a play by the second baseman.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Great play right there at second by, Garrett Smith. They've got two Smiths back-to-back right there in their lineup. Garrett Smith made a heck of a play over at second to get the second out of the inning. Big out right there, but that does move your runners up to second and third now, Adam, with Capobianco up.
And that wasn't hit softly. That was hit and was moving with a lot of speed that time. Second baseman, of course, was shifted over in that case, but made an outstanding play. And now this will bring Capobianco to the plate. He singled, advanced on a pass ball, but was left stranded, part of a bases-loaded situation there in the bottom of the first. So Indians trying to spark a two-out rally here, see if they can tie things up. 1-0 Coahoma with the lead right now as the count goes 2-0.
Yeah, good eye up there by Capobianco. 2-0 count, like you say. So no reason to be just trying to, hit at any pitch. You got to wait on your pitch right now. And, he swung at the first pitch the last time. As he swings at that one, fouls it off down the left field line outside of play down there close to the locker room. But if you cap, you got to look for something to drive here. We want to get these 2 runs in. You'd love to get them in. You got some speed on the bases and get the Indians in the lead.
2-1 now is the count. 2 outs. Runners on second and third here for the Indians in the bottom of the second. And Cap fires this one, but it's going to go foul, and we'll go 2-2 now. Deuces wild here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, just a little behind that one. Capobianco was. Timing still not quite on. He was on that first pitch he swung at in the first inning when he came up. Got a single there, but not on. Timing's not on these on those 2 cuts right there.
So the 2-2 pitch coming and fouls it, but held on to by the catcher. And Coahoma once again finds the Houdini act to get out of another jam. That is going to be the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. We've played 2. ICC trailing Coahoma 1-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
An hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
And welcome back to action. We do have a final in Game 1 out in Coahoma.
Number 19.
As ICC picks up the 15-2 win in 5 innings there in Game 1 of softball. We're in the top of the third here. This Game 1 scheduled for 9. So that pitch up high for a ball. We're back to the top of the lineup here for the Tigers. 1, 2, 3 batters due up. As a swing and a miss there. As it's Gadman, Wilson, and Mulheisen scheduled up. So waiting the 1-1 pitch here from Haltman. And this one's going to be fouled off, and now the count will go 1-2. Says hello to those that are watching in favor of the Indians this afternoon, and a special hello to those that are watching in favor of the Tigers. As there's going to be a ground ball, third baseman lets him come to him, throws across the way, and a nice stretch and reel in there by Rock, 5-3 on the putout of Gadman. And now this will bring Wilson to the plate.
Yeah, that's what you call experience down there at third, Will Verdung, and knowing the hops, knowing the bounces. And he actually took a step back on that ball because he knew the bounce and the hop that it was going to take so he could field it cleanly and make the good clean throw with the first. So great job down there to get out number 1.
That pitch drifting outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Wilson. Wilson playing in left field, reached on an error, but was erased on a Little Caesars double play. and his only at bat so far in the game. And pops this one up. Could be trouble, as now the right fielder coming in and calling everyone off. Looked like center fielder, second baseman had trouble finding it, but a good job out there in right field by Jackson Lee to come in and make a long run and the catch.
Yeah, as we've talked about over the season thus far and will continue to, it's their ball if they can get there. Of course, Capobianco's going out and moving backwards at second there to try to make the play if he can, but outfielder, if they call him off, it's their ball.
That's a breaking pitch. It kind of rolled over back into the zone that time. 0-1 now is the count here to Mulheisen. He singled as he takes a big, healthy chop at that one, misses 0-2.
Yeah, that healthy chop that he took at that one, he is not going to be able to pull that pitch on that outside part of the plate like that. So throw that one again, and if he's got that same swing, that's a K. But
that was lined but caught over at third. What a play right there by the third baseman, Will Verdong, and the Tigers go 3 up, 3 down as we'll take a break, come back with the home half of the third right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, it's everything. Coahoma Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Coahoma Community College, the best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 is the score in favor of Coahoma. ICC has had their opportunities. They loaded the bases in the home half of the first, and then put 2 runners in scoring position in the second. Just haven't come up with that timely hit just yet, Brad.
No, have not thus far. Again, Indians waiting to strike. You hate to see them leave those base runners on base like that, especially when they're in prime position, scoring position. But just got to put it together, and hopefully that's what they're fixing to start doing here. In the bottom of the third, got Matthew Martinelli up to lead off this inning.
That pitch in there for a strike, and 0-1 is the count here to Martinelli. He did have a sacrifice fly in his first at bat. This one jams him. Third baseman finds it. Throw across the way is in time. 5-3 of the putout of Martinelli, and the MO, or if you look at the stats coming into this game, you thought pitching was going to be weak for the Tigers, but right now they're looking pretty sharp on the hill is Singley, as he hasn't been hit hard yet.
No, you're right, and they're holding them at bay. I mean, what they've had, ICC's had we got 2 hits to their 2 hits right now, but you're right. I mean, they've done a good job, and there's strike 1 on that breaking pitch to Verdong. They're playing good defense right now. That was a heck of a defensive play we saw at second last inning.
There's a fastball that was inside. The clock say 75 on that one. 1-1 now is the count. Good to have the radar going up and working this game. So this is 76 on the inside. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, and like we've talked all season, part of it's about timing. When you're up at the plate, it's about timing. And, you come from one, you come from another on a pitcher, and there's a breaking pitch inside that called 3-1, so now it's a hitter's count. But you got to get your timing down, and then that's where it's bad. You got to have that weight back, so that way you don't want to be out on your front foot trying to swing at a pitch here. So, again, let's see what happens with Verdong on this 3-1.
Taking the whole way that time was Verdong. 3-2 now is the count as that pitch clips that outside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Coahoma with the lead. That pitch high and inside, and they walked him.
Yeah, it's his second walk on the day. He walked earlier, and that's one way you can keep a team off balance potentially. And of course, everybody's looking at pitching charts. Everybody looks at this and that and the other. But breaking pitches, off speed, change-ups, all that type of stuff. If that is something they believe that keeps the Indians off balance and their bats for a while, they may go to that for a while. So it's just about the approach they choose to take. And again, you're seeing another breaking pitch here for strike one. That one was a little inside in my opinion, but I'm not down there calling them.
Well, you heard a couple of grunts out of the ICC faithful here below us. As 0-1 is the count now here to Bain. Runner at first with one out in the bottom of the third. And that ball kind of similar to the last one, and 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, they're sticking with again, he's going back still with some breaking pitches here, some type of off speed. He's going to mix in a fastball every now and then, but he's relying a lot right now on a breaking pitch and change-ups.
That pitch high at 77. So with one out, runner at first and Will Verdong. This is Gray Bain at the plate with a 2-1 count. ICC trailing this one 1-0. Bain just couldn't catch up with the off-speed there. Nice off-speed pitch. Almost dropped that one about 10 miles per hour. Difference from the fastball. And
that's what we're talking about earlier. Again, mixing in those pitches, hitting your spots if you're the pitcher out there.
And this one popped up and
getting them to do this right here.
The catcher can't find it.
Yeah,
and now he can't get to it, and he's going to have to hurry to first. And, the Indians caught a break. We're going to have to call that an E3.
That's
because
E3, right.
Yeah, that's one of those that
should have been caught.
One, yes, should have been caught. Two, Gray Bain should have been further down the line. He got caught kind of watching that one to see what would happen there, and the throw was in the dirt in the glove of the first baseman, dropped it, and so we'll call that the second error of the game on Coahoma. As this pitch high and inside, as this is Jackson Lee at the plate. He hit into a 4-6-3 double play to end the first inning, looking to redeem himself here. Runners on first and second, bottom of the third with one out. And checks his swing, and they're going to say he did not go.
Yeah, good job back there behind the plate by Peaks. Able to block that up, keep the runners from advancing with one out here because you do have a runner at first and second. So great job there on his end to get down there and block that pitch up.
So waiting the 2-0 pitch here from Singley. And this one flared out to the right side. Right fielder is going to give chase, and it's going to drop in foul territory, so that'll be a long strike there. Don't know that he ever saw the ball. Did the right fielder that time as he kind of just quit on the play, but he was close. He finds it, probably would have been able to reel that one in for the out.
Yeah, I'm like you. He wasn't going full steam. It doesn't look like for it, so I don't know that he'd had a beat on the ball there, a good eye on it. So he is battling the sun now. We started out this game with overcast skies. Now we got the sun out there. And, of course, Coahoma not practicing on this field during the sunshine. Got to get used to it.
There's a hard hit ball. It's getting past the third baseman. This should tie the ball game here, and it will. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, that one was smoked down the third base line. Third baseman wasn't able to come up with it. It was smoked hard there. So great hit right there on the part of Jackson Lee, and that's going to be an RBI single and going to bring up Bo Rock.
And so a clutch hit there for the Indians, as you mentioned, Bo Rock coming to the plate. That was a single by Lee that was able to score Verdong from second. So now Rock will dig in, looks at that pitch low for a ball. A lot of these pitches starting to get low and in the dirt, and so far Peaks has done a good job of keeping all those in front of him, but you keep working him this much early on in the contest, he's eventually going to get tired, or eventually just going to get tired of helping his pitcher out. And that one hits him. So Rock going to take one for the team there and head down to first base, and this will bring up Jackson Settlemeyer, who singled in his last at bat.
Well, we're going to have a mound visit, but there's no activity in the Coahoma's bullpen, so I don't expect any change at this point, but they're got a bases loaded situation now with 1 out.
So let's take the quick timeout with them and be back with more right after this.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a maestro of the clarinet. A famous speed solver.
Piece of cake.
A noted cheese connoisseur.
Limburger.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
And welcome back. As you said, Brad, no real action in the bullpen, so no changes made there. Just might be wanting to try to talk in this situation here of how they want to handle Settlemyers, who singled but was left stranded in scoring position in his last at-bat. 1-1 contest now with 1 out. Settlemyers swings on this one, pops it up, and shortstop's going to go and trips, but then the left fielder comes in and finds it. Not going to be deep enough to advance the runner.
Now, and that's what if you're Coahoma right there, you dialed up what you wanted.
Yep.
Because that ball was not near deep enough to score. I can't remember who's at third now. A Bain over there.
Yep.
I see it now. Bain at third for him to even tag. So that's, one pitch, one pop up right there, and now you got 2 outs. Total defensive situation now if you're Coahoma.
And this will be Eli Hancock, who reached on an error in his last at-bat. Takes that first pitch, and I don't know where that one missed, as they're going to call it a ball. 1-0 is the count. There is 2 outs. Bases still loaded for the Indians. That one comes inside. It's missing for a ball. Second time today, the Indians have loaded the bases in an inning. They want to try to see if they can avoid the Ofer trip with bases loaded here. Hancock at the plate. Rips this one. If it's fair, it's trouble, but it's going to be foul.
Yeah, Hancock was on that one just a little early on that. Was not able to connect there. It did connect, but was not able to. It was just out in front enough to where it was a little too far over the line over there down right field. So good thought. That would have scored a couple of runs at least right there. Just a long strike for Coahoma.
So 2-1 now is the count here to Hancock. Looks at that pitch, and it's up a little high. 3-1 now is the count. Well, I think we've established that this home plate umpire does not like pitches up in the zone, as there have been some that have been questionable for both teams that have been right across the letters, in my opinion. So he's got a lower than normal strike zone. And that's going to hit the batter, and that'll get the run in. Yeah,
there you go. And that's, those walks come back to haunt you there. And so the hit-by-pitch situation there with Bo Rock earlier and putting those runners on, that comes back to haunt you right there. So that does push the Indians up. They're in the lead now, 2-1. Catcher's going to go out and have a conversation with Singley out there, and I still don't see any type of activity going on down there in Coahoma's bullpen.
So there's 2 outs in the inning now, and this is going to be Ty Robertson coming to the plate. Ty grounded out to second on an amazing play over at second to rob him of a RBI single in his first at bat. So that pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here. Robertson, if he were to reach him, we'll go back to the top of the lineup with Capo Bianco scheduled up. Bases still loaded here for the Indians. And Ty hammers this one but right field, and it's going to be reeled in for the out. Just got underneath it a little bit there, and the Indians, though, are able to put a couple runs on the board to take a 2-1 advantage here after 3 complete. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the fourth inning. ICC able to push across 2 runs. One on a RBI single by Jackson Lee, and then Eli Hancock, taking one for the team with bases loaded, was hit by a pitch and was able to push across Bain in that situation. So now it's 2-1 Indians, as it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up here for the Tigers of Coahoma here in game 1. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. This is Christo Peaks, and then Jack Cartwright and Aaron Holloway scheduled up here for Coahoma. That pitch missing outside, 2-0 now is the count. Both these pitchers kind of struggling to fill up the zone today.
Yeah, you know, and never mind. I thought that was ball 3.
That was ball 3 as well, but the umpire said it was strike 1. 2-1 now, the count.
So, you know, if you're Coahoma, you're sitting where you really want to be right now. You're okay. You know, I mean, yeah, you're down by 1 run. Is there strike 2? That was a breaking pitch that kind of came back in on the inside part of the plate, but you're sitting where you want to be. You know, I mean, you'd love the tie game or still up 1-0, but you're still only 1 run down here in the top of the 4th.
That pitch hangs up just a bit too high. 3-2 now is the count here to Peaks. This is Haltman on the hill here for the Indians. This one hammered up the middle and is caught, spun around, throw across the way. It's down the line, and they can't tag him. And so give an E6 on that as the throw was in time, just pulled the first baseman off the bag. Bo did a great job of 1, trying to tag him, and then 2, trying to come back and tag him again in that situation. Just one of those, I think, if you're Martin Knowledge, take a little extra second and throw that one out.
Yeah, and, you know, and I've always called that a tough play, you know, and it is a shortstop. You know, it's kind of hit up the middle where you've got to make that ground. You got to catch that ground ball, and you got to, as he takes strike 1 here with Cartwright, but you got to make that 360 turn and kind of get the throw, and it's not, you know, it's not easy. It's difficult. He's done it though, so got to put that behind you. As that's strike 2, he fouls that one off, and know that you got a runner at first here and no outs, and you know, you got to focus on the batter here at the plate on with again, as we said, Cartwright.
Cartwright singled and scored a run in his first at bat. He's got an 0-2 count here. Looks at that pitch. Is missing low and outside for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss. Couldn't get him to chase one.
No, almost had him going. He lunged just a little, but not enough to even get a, you know, have a half-hearted swing at it.
1-2 pitch, and there it is. That's the strikeout. First base is not open. And so that'll be the Renaissance Bank strikeout there. Second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Haltman. First out of the inning, runner at first. And now this will be Holloway coming to the plate.
Number 10, Aaron Holloway.
So Holloway, who walked in his first at bat, he's the DH here in the lineup in game 1. Of course, game 1 scheduled for 9 innings here. Game 2 scheduled for 7. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, just swung through that one. Holloway did. He was fooled all the way on that one again. So he just kind of waved at it. But it's a good piece of pitching right there by Halton.
That pitch in the dirt, blocked up nicely there by Bain. 1-1 now is the count here on Holloway. We do have Peaks over at first. So waiting the 1-1 pitch here. And this inside nearly hit him. 2-1 now is the count here on Holloway.
Yeah, he had some of that on both sides today. Those high and tight pitches that are inside. We had a couple of hit by pitches there on the Indian side.
Breaking pitch that hangs up just a little bit too much. 3-1 now is the count here to Holloway.
Yeah, if you halt them, you got to throw strikes. You got to stay out there. You got to stay focused. You got to find the zone. Can't lose that focus out there, and you got to hit your spots.
There's a strike on that inside part of the plate. 3-2 now is the count with 1 out and a runner at first here in the top of the 4th. ICC leading this one 2-1. And this ball popped up. Center fielder's having to go back. Can't find it, but no, he does. He made the diving catch and like he kind of lost his balance there for a second.
Yeah, it was well struck. That ball was hit better, I think, than Robertson thought it was. and so he had to turn around and go after it, and just kind of had to make a diving stab there at it there at the end, and did, and made a great catch there to get the second out of the inning, still have a runner at first. That's going to bring up Garrett Smith.
So Smith, who struck out swinging in his first at bat, will try to spark a 2-out rally and swing and miss for strike one there.
Yeah, he just kind of waves at that one again. It had him fooled. Had a lot of that going on both sides today too as well with the different pitches they're seeing. Of course, as we mentioned, Garrett Smith made a heck of a play over at second earlier in the game.
That pitch missing inside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Top of the fourth inning, ICC leading this one 2-1 here in game one against Coahoma. And that one slides in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, you're ahead now. You got 2 outs for your Haltom. You need to go after him right here.
So waiting the 1-2 pitch. Runner at first with 2 outs here. Runner goes. That was called a ball. The throw is in time. It was a little high, but just could not be held on to there. So that will be a stolen base by Peaks.
Yeah, it's a hard one to bring down. Just a little high throw, kind of off to the left side of Capobianco out there. Was unable to bring that one down. So tough one right there.
Ball in the dirt, blocked up nicely as the runner heads back to second.
Not a bad call there, though, for Coahoma to go ahead and take the steal and see if you can go ahead and advance the runners. You got 2 strikes. Now you got a full count here on Smith.
3-2 pitch and misses it outside for a ball. Might have rattled him a little bit, as that is going to be the second walk of the game issued by Haltman. And now this will bring Jake Smith to the plate. Smith had a sacrifice fly out to left that drove in Cartwright for the only run of the game so far for the Tigers. 2 outs in the inning here. That pitch finds the corner of the plate for a strike.
Good job of framing there by Gray Bain. Great, excellent catching skills there, but to kind of frame that one back in just to catch the corner.
That pitch low for a ball. I believe I've watched Haltman top out around 87 a couple of times today. That last pitch at 81. 1-1 pitch coming. That one missing outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Verdung asking for a little bit of chatter out of his teammates to help get him out of the inning, and it worked as he's going to get the ground ball. Will step on the bag, and that will be out number 3. So Tigers get the tying run in scoring position, but can't get anything going with it. Tell you what, let's do this time. Let's take a look back at some of the top plays from the game so far, and we'll be back right after that here on the ICC Sports Network. Progress throughout the day, so white baseball can easily get lost in those type of clouds that we've got this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, with wind blowing and all that, as that pitch is high and tight right there, and that's ball 1 right there. Any day like this where you get the wind moving like it is, and then, of course, like you said, the clouds in the sky, and just kind of an overcast day, it does make for a challenging day.
So 1-1 is the count. There's going to be a dribbler. Third baseman's going to find it, step on the bag, get 1. Can they get 2? Yes, they will. Second baseman to start things off here for the Indians. Swings in the first pitch he sees. That's going to get through for a base hit.
Yeah, hit that one solid on the nose, just their defense on, and we'll see what Coahoma, if they dial anything up here with a 1-2 count on Smith.
1-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. And this one hit hard, and it's going to drop, and this could go for extra bases. Settlemeyer thinking 2, rounds first, and it's going to check up, though.
On that outside part of the plate like that. So throw that one again, and if he's got that same swing, that's a K. But
that one's lined, but caught over at third. It probably would have been able to reel that one in for the out.
Yeah, I'm like you. I mean, he wasn't going full steam. It doesn't look like for it. So I don't know that he'd had a beat on the ball there, a good eye on it. So he is battling the sun now. We started out this game with overcast skies. Now we got the sun out there. And, of course, Coahoma not practicing on this field during the sunshine. Got to get used to it.
There's a hard hit ball. It's getting past the third baseman. This should tie the ball game here, and it will. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, that one was smoke.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as you saw some of the top plays there from the game so far. As it's going to be Drew Capobianco to start us off here in the bottom of the fourth. Looks at that first pitch in there for a strike. So, Brad, we're 3.5 innings into it now. What's your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, good piece of pitching really on both sides. Kind of had both sides off as Capobianco fouls that one back at strike two. Had both sets of hitters off balance today, and so again, it's about catching up with it. There's been some good plays on defense, but there's also been some errors as we see out there. So anyway, that's kind of where we stand at this point as he takes ball one. Some people look at the records and they're going to say, well, this game is kind of like the softball game, should have been where it is, where softball was, and not necessarily true. Coahoma came to play today.
It did, and it's a team that, they're 3-19, 0-6 in conference play, but they're a team that they're going to compete, and it's a team that you're going to have to swap jabs with, using boxing terms in that sense, and not one that you can go out for that home run swing early. As that pitch high for a ball, 2-2, but once you kind of wear them out a little bit, start chipping away at them, and score a run here, score a run there, and then you'll eventually have that big inning. But right now, though, Coahoma hanging tight with the Indians.
It's not a team that you can come in and say, hey, as Capobianco swings through that one for strike three, that you can come in and say, hey, we got this one won, we're going to go out there and take it to 7, whatever, and even though this is a 9-inning affair, be done with it. You can't do that, and that's what they've proven here. They put the bat on the ball today. They've come out, they've thrown the ball, they're throwing some strikes here. They have put some people on base. But, again, if you're Coahoma, you're sitting where you want to be at a down 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth, as that is ball one to Martin Knowledge.
Martin Knowledge at the plate, 0 for 1 today with a sacrifice fly. That last strikeout to Capobianco was the second of the day. And that pitch just rolls back in as Martin Knowledge like he was going to try to take one for the team there, but it's one too many rotations. That one falls back into the zone. 1-1 now is the count. That pitch up in 2-1 now is the count. Got to give a shout out to Johnny down in Bain, St. Louis, who is working in the garden today, listening to the game. As Marty's wanting to come up with a big clutch hit for him here. Instead, looks at that pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 2-2 now is the count. Here and there's like peas, tomatoes. He's getting ready to grow. So hope at the end of the season some of that will make its way up here to Fulton from Bay St. Louis.
Yeah, it would be nice. Definitely nice.
2-2 pitch on its way. Hit hard. And the second baseman could not find it as it was bounced off of him. And now Martin Knowledge is going to think about 2 and wisely check up and head over to first.
Well, that was hit on the rope right there. And second baseman tried to get over there. It was kind of a low liner, if you want to call it that short hopped the second baseman. And it just kind of bounced off to the side. So there again, I think that was a clean hit right there for Martin Knowledge.
Yep. That's what I was leaning at, but I was going to let you make the call officially. As, like you said, that one was blistered to the second baseman. He did a good job of just getting in the way of that one. As this one popped up and left fielder finds it and will camp underneath it for the out. And Fernong upset with himself on that one.
Yeah, and that's a prime example right there. What we've been talking about is having your hitters off balance. Their timing is off a little here, a little there. And it's just, and you know this, Adam, from golf. Any type of movement or something like that is just a slightly bit off, it's going to throw you bad off. You're going to pop balls up, or you're not going to get good solid contact with them. So it's about getting your timing down.
There's a breaking pitch that just couldn't quite roll over enough. Hangs up inside for a ball. As this is Bain at the plate. He reached on an error but did score in his last at bat. He's also walked. He was a race on a Little Caesars double play as there's a pickoff move to first. So 1-0 is the count here to Bain.
Got a little activity in both bullpens right now.
As that pitch hangs up high for a ball. I tell you, I was really surprised we didn't see this a little bit sooner because both these pitchers, not knocking either performance, they've been solid today, but they've thrown a lot of pitches.
Yeah, they have. They've thrown a lot of pitches. Even though you're looking at Etowama with 4 hits and Coahoma with 2, they've still thrown a lot of pitches. This game is ball 3 right there. You got a 3-0 count to Bain. I fully expect him to be taken here.
So 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first here for the Indians. They lead it 2-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And he was taking the whole way that time. 3-1 now is the count. Imagine he's probably going to be taking here as well, unless it's just something he can absolutely tattoo.
Yeah, it's got to be that perfect pitch right now.
And a delayed strike 2 called. So now the count goes 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Bain at the plate right now.
Ooh.
And, that was a tough one to take there. I would have been heading back to the dugout thinking that was strike 3. That was a good-looking pitch. But instead, it's called ball 4. I'm going to call it like I think it, folks. ICC caught a break on that one.
I'm with you. That was a breaking pitch that I thought he was fixing to ring him up on, and that would have been strike 3 and out 3 there for the inning and got Coahoma back to the dugout. But anyway, he saw it different, moves the runners up to first and second for Jackson Lee.
Lee had an RBI single in his last at-bat. Takes a look at that pitch. It's in there for a strike. So 0-1 is the count. 2 outs here, ICC with runners at first and second. This one hit, and the third baseman can't make the diving stop. And they're going to ask the runner to score from second, and he will.
Yeah, easily right there. You got Mark Knowledge on base. He can easily score from second there. Did hold the runner at second, so the left fielder was able to field it cleanly out there. Hold that runner there at second, which was big. Even though another base hit, in my opinion, you're still looking at possibly scored. Bain does not have the speed necessarily that you were looking at with Mark Knowledge, but again, anything down in the outfield, you're looking at possibly scoring another run.
Second RBI single of the game there for Lee. As this time pitch on the inside, and Rock couldn't hang off on that one. 0-1 is the count here. Well, Jackson Lee, he hit in that double play to end the first, and we talked about wanting to make up for it. Well, he's done that. Back-to-back RBI singles.
He has.
And they have been the difference in the game so far with this 3-1 lead here. 0-1 is the count here to Bo Rock. And Bo rocked it. That one's going to be down to the gap, to the wall. Should score 2 here. And they're going to hold Rock at second, and the Indians do put 2 on the board.
Yeah, he smoked that one, like you said, in the gap between center and right out there. Easily scored 2 runs there. Mops the Indians up to 5-1 now, drawing 3 runs in this inning. So you got back-to-back innings here where the Indians have been able to put runs on the board.
Nice 2-out hitting as well by the Indians, as they now lead it 5-1, and this is going to be Jackson Settlemyers to the plate.
Ooh.
And, he wanted to send that one to my house. He took a healthy chop at that one, missing for strike 1.
Well, that was that floating off-speed, changeup, curve, breaking pitch, whatever it was at that point. And it was up in his eyes, and he was going to take a healthy cut at it.
So 0-1 is the count here to Jackson. And took a healthy cut of this one, pops it up, but it's going to get back and out of play. So that made solid contact on something.
That may have been your car.
I hope so. I'd have to go shake that young man's hand if he did hit it.
You definitely would.
That's what I said at the beginning of the season. 0-2, though, now is the count here on Jackson Settlemyers. And he hits this one, third baseman, waiting on it. We'll get it. Throw across the way is in the dirt. The scoop is in there, though, and that will end the inning. But the ICC Indians do put 3 more runs on the board to take a 5-1 advantage. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head now to the top of the 5th inning. ICC puts a 3 spot on the board after a RBI single and a 2-run double. The single belonging to Lee, the double belonging to Bo Rock.
Number 3, Anthony
And
Newsom.
so it'll be Newsom, Gadman, and Wilson scheduled up here in the top of the 5th inning. Haltman still on the hill here for the Indians. That pitch missing inside for a ball. Remind everyone, this game 1 scheduled for 9 innings like it always is in conference play. This pitch fouled off for strike 1. 1-1 now is the count. Game 2 scheduled for 7 innings. In game 2, now there is a run rule in game 1, but game 2 does not have any run rule. And
it'll be 7 innings.
It will be 7 innings, and that's one thing that has kind of hurt Coahoma this year, especially with some of their ERA stats, is there's been plenty of games that would have been called early with the run rule that they've had to play 7, that they've given up additional runs in. As that pitch missing for a ball, so it'll be a leadoff walk here to Newsom. First time since Jack Cartwright, Christo Peaks started the inning, last inning, reaching on an error that the Tigers have had a base runner on. We go to the top of the lineup now in Gadman. Brad, we talked about this during the break. It's just the throw is in time.
Wow. He had a good jump right there. I'm going to say that Newsom did. He had a great jump on it, but Bain fired up and had a good one down there to second to get him out. So that gets the first out of the inning, even though you gave it up on a base on ball. So Halton's going to tip his cap to Bain.
That pitch was also called a strike. This one fouled off. 0-2 now is the count. Well, I was going to say, really just no atmosphere at the ballpark today. No fans really getting into it. Not a lot of chatter. As that pitch missing outside for a ball, and it's one of those you think if you get something good happening, get a little something going here, it can really open this one up. But the atmosphere just not playing for it. There's going to be a ground ball. It's going to get through for a base hit.
Yeah, that one was hit perfectly between third and short. Neither was able to make a play on it, so clean single right there for Gadman. But that's going to bring up Wilson right now. But you're right. I mean, it is. It's a kind of a different day, out here. Of course, again, the weather is what it is. We've dealt with those freezing temperatures at night over the last few nights. That's going to bring in, of course, Verdon's going to come in on the corner over there at third to see if they lay the bunt down. But plenty of time, though, for those that are listening. Come out and join us and get some chatter going out here.
Absolutely. Is that pitch missing somewhere? 2-0 now is the count. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Well, how big was that throw out of the runner trying to advance on the steal? If not, we've got runners on the corners in this situation now with no outs. So that pitch missing low and outside as well. And Wilson ahead in the count 3-0. And they're going to walk him.
Yeah, don't see now any activity in the Indians bullpen. I did earlier, but there is nothing going on down there now. Not that there needs to be, but Halton got a base on balls there, so you got 1 out, as you mentioned. And again, how big was that throw down to second by Bain to get that first out? That's going to bring up Mulheisen.
And that pitch missing low for a ball, and Coach Collins going to come out and talk to him. We'll take this opportunity to take the timeout with them, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Show your school spirit with our exclusive debit cards. Represent ICC with a special card design you can only get from First American National Bank. You'll show your support every time you use the card. Support ICC with a Spirit debit card from FANB.
And welcome back. No change being made here as Coach McCrory will head back to the dugout here. The count is 1-0 to Mulheisen. I'll tell you what, you look at Mulheisen, he's a guy that built to be able to really turn on one that can change the tone of this ball game.
As you take strike one there, but you're right. He's had a single on the day, but he had a line out right there at the third, his last at bat. So, you know, he's hit the ball solid today.
So 1-1 now the count. And Haltman, whatever coach said, he might need to write it down because two good-looking pitches back-to-back to make the count now go 1-2. Runners on first and second here with one out. Indians lead this one 5-1 here in the top of the fifth. Swinging and a miss for strike three.
Yeah, got him chasing one out. It's way outside the zone right there, so had him guessing basically is what happened right there. So big out right there to get Mulheisen out. That's going to be the second out of the inning. Going to bring up Peaks.
That is the third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game, and now here comes Peaks. As you mentioned, he reached on an error, stole the base, also grounded in a 5 unassisted to 3 double play to end the first inning. Swings on this first pitch, fouls it back for strike one. So 0-1 is the count. 2 outs here in the inning. So 1 pitch coming, and it's going to drift low and outside for a ball. Evens things up now at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on first and second here for the Tigers. Snap, throw down to first. Is it in time? No. That was close.
Very close. Good job of popping up there by Bain to make a good snap throw down there to first, and it made it very close. But again, good job there by Wilson to get back in right there under the tag.
Pitch was called a strike, so 1-2 now is the count here on Peaks. Good. Swinging and a miss for strike three. Clutch back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts to get the Indians out of the inning there. ICC is going to send the 8-9-1 batters to the plate. See if they can get things fired up in the bottom half of the fifth. We'll take a break and hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a skilled swordsman, a master chef.
Needs more lavender.
A wonder at word games.
2 tries, every time.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we do have a call to the bullpen here for Coahoma. I want to remind you, when you're ready to make the call, whether to sell your current home or maybe move into your dream home, give Tommy Morgan real estate agent Ricky Murphy a call. And Brad, as we await this first pitch, and his sidearm in there for a strike. Tell us about the new pitcher here for the Tigers.
You got Grayson Lee, who is a freshman lefty out of Clinton, Mississippi. Chad Case territory down there.
It is.
Jackson Academy is where he played his high school ball. So as he takes ball one right there. No decisions on the year, but does have 7 appearances, 13 and a third innings pitched, giving up 26 hits on 20 runs, 5 base on balls, 9 Ks.
1-1 pitch, missing outs. Did you call that a strike?
We did.
1-2 now is the count. So
but as you mentioned, Adam, this is a total different delivery, and also now going to the left-hander as that one smoked out there. He's way out in front of that, and that's out into the parking lot. Didn't hear any crashes.
Say no oohs and ahs, so apparently didn't hit anything. And I'll tell you what, a big-time adjustment here for the Indians, not only from the delivery standpoint, from the speed standpoint as well from Lee. Is 1-2 now is the count. And this one's popped up. It'll get out of play, and we'll stay at 1-2.
Yeah, he's kind of got a, if you want to call it, it's kind of sidearm, three-quarter, whatever you want to call it. Definitely not over the top. So he drops that thing down. But the speed is not real what we saw with Lee. Singley. But different delivery and a lefty. So that's, you got to make adjustments if you're the Indians.
That breaking pitch too far outside. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. As this is Eli Hancock, Ty Robertson, and Drew Capobianco scheduled up here. And this one's going to be pulled to the second baseman, scoops it up. Throw across the way is in time for the out. 4-3 on the put out there. 1 out now, and this will bring Robertson to the plate.
Number 9, Ty Robertson.
Well, he's doing a good, as I said, didn't break 70 on any of those pitches in the last at bat, but he's done a good job of going inside, outside, inside, kind of, as you say, keeping the batters off balance, at least in the first batter we've seen today. Robinson turns on this one, right side. It's going to get over the head of the right fielder, and Ty's going to have a chance to possibly turn this into 3. No, he's going to stand up at 2.
Yeah, he swung at the first pitch there. It was on the inside part of the plate, lefty versus lefty. Ty turned on that one, got the bat out in front of the ball there, and was able to place it over the right fielder's head. Easily got a stand-up double out of it, so that's going to bring up Capobianco, who will now be batting from the right side of the plate, facing the lefty in Lee.
That extra base hit, the second of the day, being brought to you by Davis Ford right here in Fulton. As 1 out and a runner at second now, and as you mentioned, Capobianco flipping the side of the plate he's been batting from. Swings at the first pitch he sees, and center fielder will let it drop. Just stop running on it that time, and that'll go for a single.
Well, a little bloop single out there. Good job by Capobianco to get base on the ball. Bat on the ball, and right up the middle. Just over the second base. And center fielder felt like he did not need to take a chance on it to get up and try to make the grab and get the out there. So dropped in front of him and clean single there for Capobianco. So now you got runners at first and third with 1 out.
And this is going to be Matthew Martinolich, who had a single and scored a run in his last at bat. Looks at that pitch, it paints the corner for a strike.
I don't even know if it painted, but you can go ahead.
I was just giving the umpire what he called, and I don't necessarily have to agree with it. 0-1 is the count. And Martinolich will take that one off the knee and will walk it off as he heads down to first. So now the Indians have bases loaded here. And this is Will Verdon coming to the plate. And right now, if you're Will, you got to be disciplined at the plate. You've seen this guy, what he's throwing. You're like, okay, this could be an opportunity where I can turn on one here. But at the same time, he can use that against you in this case. And so you just got to be very disciplined at the plate against a pitcher like this.
Yeah, you don't want to be thinking that going to the plate. Hopefully, if you're Verdun, that you can turn on one. You want to hit the ball solid somewhere, drive in a couple of runs at least minimum here, get this game up to 7-1 at a minimum. But does Verdun have the opportunity, and has he shown that he can turn on one and knock the ball out of the park and quickly hit a grand slam and put the Indians up 9-1? Absolutely.
So that pitch drifts outside for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. Renaissance Bank scoreboard update after one complete in softball. Coahoma up in that one 1-0. That one comes back inside and misses, though. So a little bit too far inside for the home plate umpires liking. 2-0 now is the count.
Good patience up there by Verdun. Again, like we said, got to have patience. Got to wait on that pitch you can drive. Don't go after something just because you want to try to see if you can get a hit in the game here, as that one's way outside. 3-0 count here. Expect him to fully be taken right here.
We talk about Verdun having to be patient here. Same time, when you're looking at a guy at the plate like Verdun, you get in your head of a pitcher, and you try not to give him anything that he can hit, and that's kind of been the case right now here in this at-bat. It's now the count goes 3-0. And they're going to walk him, and that will push across and run.
And that'll bring a mound visit.
So an RBI walk there will score Robertson, who started the inning with a double. Let's take and hear a few words from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Indians now lead this one 6-1 after the bases loaded walk issued there to Will Verdun. This will bring up Gray Bain to the plate. He's walked twice today, has reached on an error, and scored a run. Bases still full of Indians here with one out in the bottom of the fifth. That pitch just missing up high for a ball.
Yeah, if you lay out there, you got to find the strike zone, and that's easier said than done a lot of times, but you got to keep battling. You got to find that strike zone because, again, there's no place to put Bain. It's not like you're trying to pitch around him or anything like that. You got to find the zone.
And that one falls off the table a bit too soon. 2-0 now is the count.
Got Mulheisen playing in there at first. Now he's backed off. He was playing in. Now he's playing behind Verdun there at first.
That pitch drifts outside for a ball. 3-0 now is the count. 7 straight pitches that has, well, I guess you say 8 since the last one hit a batter. 8 straight pitches that have failed to find the zone so far. And that's going to walk in another run. So back-to-back walks now issued by Coahoma, and ICC takes a 7-1 advantage. And now here comes trouble. Jackson Lee today, after grounding into a Little Caesars double play, has come up with back-to-back RBI singles. So he will dig in with bases still loaded here for the Indians. One out in the bottom of the 5th inning. That pitch finds the zone for strike one.
Not a bad job there by Lee. That's good, patient up there. Go up there and take a pitch. Like we say, how many he threw in a row that were balls. So go up there and take a pitch. Wait till you get that strike.
That one drifts outside. 1-1 now is the count. The Indians scored 2 in the bottom of the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, and 2 so far here in the 5th. Still have bases loaded with a 1-1 count and 1 out here with Jackson Lee at the plate. Lee hacks that one. Third baseman Goes to second for one and not in time for two, so that will score the run for the Indians on a fielder's choice. 5-4 on the putout, as that was Martin Olich that scored. Verdon will advance to third, and Bain is retired for the second out of the inning. Now this will be Bo Rock coming to the plate. Bo, the eighth batter of the inning here for the Indians. And that pitch just rolled right back into the batter for a strike. So 0-1 now is the count. There's two outs here in the bottom of the fifth. ICC up 8-1. And that's going to hit Rock, and the bases will be loaded. That is the second time the Indians have loaded the bases, and we're going to have a call to the bullpen here. With this call to the bullpen, remind you when you're ready to make a call to move into your next dream home or maybe even sell your current home, check in with Ricky Murphy, and that's what we're going to do now. Back with more right after this.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy. And all I ever asked of you was steaks.
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and steaks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake.
Dane.
I smell bacon.
End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we do have a new pitcher in the game here. Jamari Crudup will enter to pitch with two outs. Bases loaded here for the Indians. And a breaking pitch that finds the corner for a strike. Brad, you got some stats on the new pitcher there?
You got Jamari. He's a freshman out of Forest, Mississippi, Forest High School, where he played his baseball with that. He's got that 12-6 curveball you talked about, Adam, and that one did not come back in the zone. He does have one appearance on the year, no decisions, one inning pitch, one hit given up on one base on ball, 2 Ks.
1-1 now is the count. There's that curveball, and Brad, you misquoted me. You remember you said it was a
6-12.
Yeah, I call it a 6-12 because I get my numbers backwards. So if you're going to quote me right. 2-1 now is the count here after that pitch missing up high. Fastball missing low. 3-1 now is the count. Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. 7-1 ICC with the lead in softball over at Coahoma, looking to complete the sweep there this afternoon. 3-1 pitch. Ripped hard. Third baseman, though, can't find it. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And it should be a double here for the Indians, and it will be.
Yeah, weight back right there is by Settlemyers, as I've talked about. again, different speeds that we're seeing today as far as pitching by Coahoma, where they're placing the ball, different arm angles, things like that. And so great job by the Indians to come in with patience, keep that weight back, drove that ball down the third base line, and was able to get a double out of it.
And we're back to where we started this inning with Eli Hancock, who grounded out to second. 2 outs in the inning. Swings on this one, pops it up, second baseman. Now the shortstop will call him off, and we'll squeeze it for the out. But the Indians do put 5 runs on the board to take a 10-1 advantage here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 6th inning. ICC with a 5 spot on the board there in the bottom of the 5th to take a 10-1 lead here. And, that's what we kind of talked about at the beginning of the game. The way this Coahoma team is, they're a team that makes you earn it. You're going to have to come out there and jab with them, and eventually, like a heavyweight boxing match, you're eventually going to start landing some punches to be able to pull ahead, and that's been the case so far here for the Indians.
Yeah, most definitely. Of course, now got a 1-1 count here on Jack Cartwright. Got to continue to battle as he swings through and misses that one. Strike 2 there on him, but you got to continue to battle if you're the Indians. You can't sit here and just automatically think, hey, we're up 10-1, we've got this thing. So Coahoma's got good bat on the ball. They have all day, 2-2 count right there, and they could easily get themselves and claw themselves way back into this one.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and swing and a miss for strike 3. That is back-to-back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts now. And now this will bring Aaron Holloway to the DP to the plate, who is 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right field and a walk.
You mentioned back-to-back-to-back, and that was that mound visit that Coach McCrory made when he got that first case. So I'm like you, whatever he said, he needs to tape it.
Yeah, tape it to his arm, write it down, something. So that pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 now is the count here to Holloway. He's a DH batting in the 6th spot. 1-1 pitch. And it's in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, you just kind of got to continue to go after him, and that's what Haltom's doing right now, just going after him and saying, hit this. And
I think the catcher called that strike 3. The umpire just threw his hands up and kind of did a air hump. I don't know what he did there. He legit was just – that's the only way I can describe it. He took both fists to the air and pulled them directly down to his hips for strike 3.
Anyway, I was confused on that.
That was the most entertaining strike 3 call I've seen in quite a while.
That's 4 in a row now. And Haltom is dialed in, folks.
Haltom's like, give me the ball, let me throw it. 0-2 now is the count. And this one's going to be a slow roller to the third baseman. Going to be trouble for Verdong. Does he get him?
Yes.
Yes, he does. What a play over there by Will Verdong. That was tough on any level. The Indians get a 3-up, 3-down inning there in the top of the 6th. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy. And all I ever asked of you was sticks.
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and steaks, half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks, and Dane's awake.
I smell bacon.
End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza, pizza.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set now to move to the bottom of the sixth. ICC leading this one 10-1.
Number 9, Ty Robinson.
Yeah, Ty last at bat stung a double out there to right field, so I know he'd love to follow that up with another one of those to lead off this inning as he fouls that one right back at us here. And so 0-1 quickly here is the count. And you still got Crudup in the game for Coahoma.
And so 0-1 is the count. Robertson then back to the top of the lineup for the Indians as that pitch, beautiful, just drifts in there and falls in for a strike. 0-2 now is the count.
Good breaking pitch right there.
And Robertson reaches out to find this one and will drop it for a base hit.
That's just sticking your bat out there. It's kind of like reminds me of sometimes a Tony Gwynn type hit or something like that. You just make sure you stick your bat out there on the ball and you just get that line shot over the second baseman or shortstop, that one over short, and you get your clean single.
So now we'll go back to the top of the lineup here with Drew Capobianco, who has got 2 singles. He's also struck out twice today. So he'll dig in here and with a runner on first and no outs as that pitch finds the outside corner of the plate for a strike.
And Drew back on the left side of the plate this inning with Crudup being a right-hander, so he did get his single, his last one, from the right side of the plate.
So 0-1 is the count. Snap throw over to first, not in time. Crudup missed a button when putting his jersey on today. As we'll await this 1-1 count now. There's no outs and a runner at first. ICC up 10-1 here in the bottom of the sixth. Breaking pitch, and that's nasty.
Yeah, that was started out outside the zone and broke perfectly back in there. Not a bad take on Drew's end. That does run the count to 1-2 now.
That's just one of those curveballs you learn to throw when you're little in the backyard. It just big looping curveball, then comes back with the fastball. It misses. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Here in the bottom of the sixth, runner at first for the Indians. That's Robertson, who singled to start the inning. That pitch missing outside. 3-2 now is the count.
Yeah, tried to drop that curveball back in there again and was unable to do so on that outside part of the plate, so that does run the count to full.
So waiting the 3-2 offering here. Curveball hit out to center field. Center fielder's going to come up and make the diving play, and that will send the runner back to first.
Yeah, good play that time. It's kind of one that we saw him.
He let drop earlier.
Yeah, let drop earlier, but he just went ahead and went after that one and did make a great play on it and got the out there.
So with 1 out now, this will be Martin Nolich, who was hit by a pitch and came around to score. He's got a single on the day and also a sacrifice fly to his tally. And he's going to pop this one a mile high here. Everybody calling everybody off, and then the shortstop comes up and gets it. So we talked about just having that patience at the plate, and Marty saw one that he thought he could drive that time, but just popped it up for out number 2. So now this will be Will Verdon coming to the plate. He drew a bases-loaded walk to push across a run, eventually came around to a score in the bottom of the 5th. 5-run inning there for the Indians. So Verdun will dig in with 2 outs and a runner at first. Ball in the dirt. Runner will stay put. Ball 1. So 1-0 is the count. This pitch runs inside. 2-0 now. The count here. Verdun has walked 3 times today, has scored twice, does have an RBI, and he flew out to left in his only official at bat today. And this one's going to be hammered out to the left field, and it's going to be over the head of the left fielder. This will score a run here and go for a double for Verdun. Well, a nice try at it out there in left field as he made a leaping effort to come off the edge of his glove, but that will still count as a double there and an RBI, second RBI of the game for Verdun.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there by Verdun. Wait back there and was able to drive that ball and, again, get that RBI to put the Indians up 11-1.
This will be Gray Bain at the plate. He's also walked 3 times today. Is that pitch in there for a strike? He reached on an error, scored. He's actually scored 2 runs, and also drew a bases-loaded walk in his previous at-bat to get the RBI. 0-1 is the count. ICC up 11-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. And that pitch, not sure where it missed there. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And we've got a wardrobe malfunction out on the pitcher's mound here as the Coahoma player's giving this guy a fit out there. And so umpire calls time and asks him to button your jersey up there, kid.
Well, yeah, you just, got to keep things buttoned up and play clean baseball here.
That ball in the dirt. And now the count goes 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second. Indians lead this one 11-1. Is that pitch missing low? 3-1 now is the count.
Yeah, good eye up there again by Bain, and not going up there trying to be overly aggressive and waiting on your pitch. So got a 3-1 count, hitter's count here, got a runner at second in scoring position. Ooh.
And fouls this one off. And
way out in front of that one.
Yeah. 3-2 now is the count here to Bain. He scored 2 runs in the day as well. So now the count goes full at 3-2 here with 2 outs. Indians up 11-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. This one lifted. Center fielder should have time to camp underneath it. Going back and will do so for out number 3. Indians do get that 1 run they needed to have the possible run rule in effect if they can get 3 outs here in the top of the 7th. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a maestro of the clarinet. A famous speed solver.
Piece of cake.
A noted cheese connoisseur.
Limburger.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Show your school spirit with our exclusive debit cards. Represent ICC with a special card design you can only get from First American National Bank. You'll show your support every time you use the card. Support ICC with a Spirit debit card from FANB.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set here for the top of the 7th inning. ICC trying to close the door on this one to see if they can pick up the Game 1 win here in run rule fashion, as it's 11-1 right now. And it will be the 8-9-1 batter scheduled up here for the Tigers. It'll be Jake Smith, Anthony Newsom, and Cade Gadman scheduled up here. Haltman trying to go the distance here for the Indians. Is breaking pitch, a beauty in there for a strike.
See Brother Chris down there, and BSU back from their mission trip that they went on last week during spring break. Is that strike 2 right there somehow?
That guy's ready to go home.
He is. He's ready for that BSU hamburger, and that's the reason I was bringing up Brother Chris. They do such a fine job of making the burgers and hot dogs here. Ball 1 right there on the outside. But they also feed our umpires in between the Game 1 and Game 2, and that may be why he called that strike.
I think that's what it is. Brother Chris has gotten close enough so they can smell the hamburgers, and there's strike 3.
There's the
I love this umpire
the double fist.
Now that I kind of pick up. Now it's taken me 6 innings to pick up on his signals, and he just turned around and
just
basically said, "Nope." Both hands in the air, waving them like you don't care. Is that pitch missing low for a ball?
He is
unique
and definitely sniffing that burger and hot dog over there that Brother Chris is standing at the fence, and I don't blame him. They're good.
That pitch just high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count, as this is Newsom at the plate. He walked but was caught trying to steal. And his last at bat as he fouls this one off. 2-1 now is the count. He also lined out to second in his first at bat. Remind you, stay tuned. We'll have the Renaissance Bank postgame report coming your way at the conclusion of this one. As that pitch missing low now. 3-1 now is the count.
If you're Haltom, you got to finish this. You know, you had a little, I say stroke, wasn't a bad struggle between, and that's ball 4 right there, and that's going to put a runner on. But you've got to finish this. You got to finish strong. I mean, he had the last 2 innings where he was just dominant after Coach McCrory went out there and had a conversation with him. And now Coach McCrory's probably going to go back and say, all right,
that may be it for him. So we'll take a break. It looks like we may have a call to the bullpen here. And if it's so, it's going to be brought to you by Tommy Morgan real estate agent Ricky Murphy.
Hey, Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy. And all I ever asked of you was sticks.
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake.
I smell bacon.
End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza.
And welcome back, as we do have a call to the bullpen here, being brought to you by Tommy Morgan real estate agent Ricky Murphy. And Dr. Boggs, tell us about the new pitcher.
Caleb Goddard entering the game. Caleb's out of Tupelo, and he is a sophomore right-hander for us. He does have 2 appearances on the year thus far. No decisions, but does have 1 save on that. Got 2 2/3 innings pitched. That's strike 1. 3 hits given up, 2 runs, 1 base on ball, 1 K.
So 0-1 is the count. Back to the top of the lineup here, Gadman. And there's going to be a little half-hearted toss over to first to keep the runner honest over there. 0-1 stays the count. We're in the top of the 7th, ICC leading this one 11-1, so not a save situation here as this pitch fouled off towards the parking lot. 0-2 now is the count.
Yeah, got 1 out in the inning. Like I say, we get these next 2 outs, or I would like 2 to go ahead and end this one in 7. So if you got her, you got to go out there and go after him. And as he checks the runner back over at first again, go after him, get out there, put the throw strikes, and Indians want to wrap this one up in 7.
So 0-2 is the count here. Gadman at the plate. Fouls this one back to your living room, and we'll sit at 0-2. Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. They're they're in the bottom of the 4th. ICC leading 8-1 in softball, trying to complete the sweep of Coahoma there on the road. 0-2 pitch, runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw down is not going to be in time, but does get the Renaissance Bank strikeout. Or they're actually going to call interference.
Then that's it.
If that's the case, then that's going to be it, as the home plate umpire is going to explain himself in this one.
Stepped across, I guess is what they're saying. He stepped across the plate when he was trying to throw the.
And so not a stolen base there, so a strikeout and then a batter's interference on the out 2, so that will be a 2 unassisted officially on the put out there. Well, 11-1 is your final score in this one. We'll take a break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Your final score here in Game 1. ICC wins it by the final score of 11-1. Let's take a look at our Orthopedic Institute game recap. And Dr. Boggs, talk to us about today's game.
Yeah, Indians came out, had to get adjusted a little bit to different speed of pitch, different arm angles, things like that. So it took them till the third inning before they were able to put a run on the board, or they put two on. Because Coahoma was battling there at the beginning, and they really were, and putting a good bat on the ball, and they were able to do that and get that established and get runs on the board. And we did a great job of pitching with Coleman Haltom, and he did a great job of only allowing 3 hits in the game. 3 hits in the game, and so great job of pitching too. And basically, they just ran out of gas. Coahoma did what they could. They put up a valiant battle right there, and did everything they could to battle through this. And as we've mentioned, I think Singley did a good job of coming in and held them as close as he could. And they were actually, they put together some hits early, just wasn't able to produce it there at the end. Again, Indians were able to pull out. That's what it is. It's about timing. It's about them finding their timing at the plate, playing good defense, and getting adjusted to the pitching style that's going to come in. And Adam, they're going to face that in game 2, so we're just going to see what happens in game 2.
Your final line this afternoon, ICC, 11 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. Coahoma, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors as well. Coahoma falls to 3-20 overall, 0-7 inside conference play. ICC improves to 16-6, 4-3 inside the conference. We do have to name a Samstown Market star of the game. I'm going to go with Haltman today. 7 strikeouts, scattered 3 hits, gave up 1 run. Pretty good outing today, and he did almost get the complete game effort, or at least 7-inning effort.
He did. No, I'm with you. Halton threw a great game. Whatever Coach McCrory came in and told him there at I think it was the 5th inning. Told him, he said it worked. Yeah, I'm going to go along with you there. I think even though there's a lot of hits scattered around, I'm going to go with Halton.
As clouds move into the area, we're going to take a break and be back in about 20 minutes with the start of Game 2 as ICC wins this one by the final score of 11-1. Back in 20 minutes here on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.